Oh yeah. So, square pegs and round holes. So I'm pulling up the screws. What I'm going to do is I was trying to think of some more natural way. One, so screws don't cost me money. But I'm going to drill this out and I'm going to try the old square peg in the round hole idea, except for I'll just trim the edges off a bit. One, they'll be glued, so that will help protect against shear. Two, with them pounded in place and then sanded flat, this wood will be expanded on either side and therefore it'll act like a wooden rivet. Curious, I just want to try this. Square pegs and round holes. Because I'll use the same technique when screwing the side panels to the frames. And I'll be using just expanding glue. So that's how I'm going to attach things, just because I want to try it as a technique of keeping things together. So here's some nice straight grained sticks. Used a 1/4-inch drill bit, so I cut it quarter to quarter. I'm just going to break the edges and then I'll cut them off into manageable sizes and glued in. That will add some strength rather than leaving in stainless or brass or bronze screws. Save hopefully a little bit of material, but yeah, time, I know. So I just wanted to show you, I stacked these in a bundle of 4. I just rounded them on the sander, and very quickly I made a bunch of 1-inch dowels. They can be driven in. This one's just set in, but you already see how it'll move. Line that up, dip your end, that should be enough, and pound away. And you see how that squish? I want that squish. So there's a lot of pounding, but a lot of banging. Now I did start it before with both hands. Oh yeah. So you see, and that's the philosophy. Ideally, it's getting spread open on the back side. Square pegs and round holes. I ended up using Western red cedar, a little softer. Plainly, I'm going to have to move stuff off of here as I keep going. Things are starting to fly all over the place. Last one for you to view. And there you go. Yeehaw! Square pegs and round holes. Really dumb idea, right? I think this actually is going to be pretty cool. I might try to do more fastening this way, because fasteners, especially stainless screws, holy cow, they add up. And this way, you always end up with your screws back. But I can see where it'll work on the ends here as well. So yeah, so that's what is going to hold my boat largely together. That's exactly what I'm after. The ends being crushed, you can see the glue has squeezed out. Yeah, so then a bit of sanding and that will come out nice and smooth. I'll show you that. And that's what it looks like when it's sanded down. Okay, here's a jig I made. Maybe I should show it that way. And I used a couple washers to perfect it. These frames have been filleted in place and have had a couple days to cure, so they're very, very strong. Little modification. I added a slant on the spacer. That's so I can match up the angle a little bit better. It's working well. Put a little washer up here. And then when I'm drilling, I use one hand on the drill and one hand holding this and adjust my heights. And the screw holes act as a pilot to follow with the screw. Square pegs and round holes.